ZD Racing ZTX-10 Thunder. These are Himoto wheels and tires that came on my Nitro car. Just painted them a while back, and they're pretty heavy, but they look pretty good. Looks good. See how it runs. This is 2S. Remember, I changed this to brush. This isn't brushless anymore. This has got a 20 turn, Dynamite 20 turn, and a Hobby Wing 40 amp that I got out of my Arma. That does good. Now, these chassis are very thin, and I don't really bash RCs very much, but this is one I kind of do, especially that they sell these brushless, and then you get this chassis and there's no brace. If they had an upper brace on it, it probably wouldn't be so bad, but it's really thin. Get out there, Pete. No, it's really thin. It's just, you can grab it and flex it like a noodle. So I decided to turn it brush, because what's happening to these things is they're eating up all the gears, because there's so much flex. You know, the tolerances slip when things flex, and so dips usually just get eaten up left and right when these things are brushless. And luckily this one's got the metal spur and a slipper, so you know, I figured I'd make this brushed and kind of save it. Let's check some temps with these big old tires, big old wheels and tires. It's not warm at all. Ooh. Whoa, it's one of those big old black D's. I don't know if you guys have them where you're from, with the big black bumblebees. This is a dead one. These are huge. See my finger? These big old fingers, the size of my thumb. Anyway, like I was saying, since these things are always eating up diffs because of how thin this chassis is, and there's no bracing, I decided to, you know, make it brushed. And you can run this setup on 3S if you wanted to get some speeds out of it. If you see my other videos, it flies on 3S still. It's got a 21 tooth pinion, I believe, or maybe a 20. I'm not sure what I put on this. Come on, good boy, Pete. But these are cheap. And when I mean cheap, I don't mean just price cheap. I mean these are built cheap. This is a kit that I put together, so of course it's got the diffs that I broke them down. The diffs and the ring gears and the dip gears have the Tamiya anti-wear grease on them, so that should help. So yeah, this is fun on these wheels. It looks great too. So what they do with these is they give you some sway bars and they give you some big bores, and they sell it to you. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is brushless with sway bars and big bores. I have to have this. It's such a good price, but really, it's just not a good design. But brushed, it's fun, you know. And like I said, you can. What's up, Pete boy? You can run 3S on this if you want to put some extra speed, and it'll move. Good jump, buddy. Anyway, yeah, this one's pretty slow. But on 3S it's pretty quick. This looks real good though. Alright guys, so yeah, this is the one that I really don't like out of them all. But I'm still not going to hate on it like that, but I'm going to tell you the truth. The chassis on these need bracing. It's almost ridiculous how thin they are. Alright guys, peace. So yeah, these chassis, I hope you can see that. So this really doesn't do anything to help at all. And if you could maybe 3D print one made out of some real solid plastic, or maybe have an aluminum one cut,
They at one point made an LRP one that would probably fit here, but they don't make it anymore. LRP went out of business. Would help a lot, and because this chassis is so thin, but if you can see, let's see. I'm not even pushing that hard. There's a hard case in here too. There's a hard case lipo in here, and this is what happens. So when those gears are spinning, and the chassis does this, that's why they eat up like crazy. You know, I heard people say it was the metal in the gears were bad and this and that. No, it's not that. It's the chassis. The metal diffs are fine. I pulled them apart. I looked through them. They're not bad. Yeah, that flexion made. Look at that. The flexion just now popped the hot glue off this from me bending it. Hot glue popped right off. Just from going like this. You know, I'm not doing anything crazy. So yeah, when I say this isn't a good design, I'm not talking shit. When I say this is cheaply made, I'm not talking shit. This is cheaply made. They threw big bores and sway bores to get you to buy it and give it to you brushless. But the chassis itself is pretty bad. This stuff right here is just so thin all the way through, and then the nose right here, this is really nothing. It's pretty dark in here. I hope you can see that right now. But yeah, it's these shocks are pretty good though. The shocks are pretty good. They're damping well. The sway bars work well. The A-arms are decent. They're a little flimsy. It's gonna, you know, it's damping pretty well. But yeah, it's just this chassis. And these tires are too heavy. So I'm not gonna run these often. Maybe I'll run the. This one came with the steel spur. It does have a slipper. I saw JT mention that they don't have a slipper, but they have a slipper. It's all still running gear. It's all still running gear though, but in a terrible chassis. So thin. So thin. Like I said, maybe maybe an upper deck brace, and this thing won't be so bad. If it had that, I might go back brushless, but right now, the damping is pretty good. Anyway, you guys probably can't see that, but damping's good actually. They give you good shocks, stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, this came right off just from flexing. Anyway, all right, guys. Just wanted to show you how thin these chassis are. All right, peace.